What's up, guys? Vegas here. Just thought I would share with you guys a little behind the scenes. Actually, I'm going to show you our database restoring our FOB that we built and object positions because that's pretty cool to watch. So as you guys know, we've been doing a lot of work actually with the Fortify system. It's really become somewhat of a major component to our campaigns now, and we've been doing a lot of improvements to the Fortify tool itself, trying to add more objects and categories so it's organized, and then also the database, which is responsible for remembering all of our positions of our objects, and setting up a load order for that and having it accurately save and restore all the stuff that we've built. So I'm just going to show you guys what that looks like from an admin perspective. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start the session, present it with the loading screen. It's actually a couple of these loading screens that the admin has to sit through while we're waiting for this to initialize. And there's a lot going on in the background right now, which is why we tell pretty much the entire unit to wait while we set these up. And that's just so that you don't see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff going on that you're not supposed to see. And it also eats up some resources when you have people trying to connect while you're setting up the session. So we just tell everyone to wait. Okay, so now we're presented with the map. Again, there's a lot happening right now in the background. It's restoring things like civilians and CQB positions, enemy objectives, friendly objectives, all the good stuff. It's also restoring everything to do with the AI commander and his force pool. So if he's issued an attack order for a certain group and said, hey, group number 57, attack this town from this town, obviously you have the group that it has to restore, and then it has the order that it has to restore as well if they're halfway complete with it or something when we run the save. Okay, so let me go ahead and start the actual game, and you can see the first thing that's moved is our respawn points, and there's a bit of a lag spike as that happens, but that's the first thing that goes on in the background as it jumps to where we'd put the respawn points. And I'm gonna try to do this fast because, as you can see, it is already starting to restore object positions. And this is one of those oddly satisfying things to watch. As it rebuilds every object that we placed one by one. Okay, so as you can see, it happens pretty fast. And we have a load order, so it's not done. There's still more to do at this point. It restores what we deem fortifications first. And because we've disabled simulation on things like sandbag walls, as an example, would normally snap to the ground, we've disabled their simulation, so now they float. And it remembers their Z coordinate. So now you can stack things, which was a huge advance. So the next thing in the load order is going to be roadblocks. So you'll see those pop in a moment. And all of these are on timers so that it allows time, there we go, for things to happen. So you don't have it doing everything at once. As you can see, it's going to put them in first, and then it's going to rotate them, and they'll snap back into place. And you can see it going down the line, doing its thing, which is really neat because it remembers the rotation. You can have these beautiful, perfectly interlocked compositions that you guys put a lot of time into building. Okay, so ground vehicles should be coming in next, and there they are. All right, and those are in the load order where they are, because obviously you want to restore the fort before you fill it with cars, because you could have things clip and they blow up if a wall comes in first. Or rather, if a car comes in first and then a wall comes in on top of the car. And the last thing that is in the load order is going to be aircraft. You can see, there they are. And that's why we want to park on the helipads. As you can see, there's some fantastic parking jobs here. And I can hear our wonderful Tiki radios doing their thing. For better or for worse, we've added those. Anyway, so that's what it does. It restores objects and fortifications that you guys, the players, have constructed, and that's what it looks like from behind the scenes when it's restoring those positions. Anyway guys, this has been Vegas with a little behind the scenes look, and game on.